Hi, I want to talk to you a little bit about being agents of change. I was watching a little program a while ago that I really enjoy. Yeah, it's a little rough on the language, so I'm not highly recommending it for everybody, but I enjoy it. It's called Kitchen Nightmares. Chef Gordon Ramsay goes into ready-to-die restaurants and he transforms them. I love it. In fact, tears sometimes. I'm a real softy for transformation, and there's always a transformation. I'm a real softy for reconciliation, transformation. He goes in and he roots out the problems. He transforms the old looks. Downtrodden owners and staff are transformed and attitudes are changed. This last one was a little restaurant in a little town in New Jersey, Cranberry, New Jersey. Little restaurant's called Hannah and Mason's. If I ever get out there, I'll probably go in. Looks like a nice place now. Hannah and Mason's had real low morale. They had unsanitary food storage. In fact, he even closed the place down on Valentine's Day in the middle of the rush because of what he was finding. Wilting lettuce. Oh, yuck. After they got done transforming the place, and he butted heads with some people that didn't seem to want to change at first. Maybe they didn't believe they could. But after he got it done, Chef Ramsay said, "We didn't just renovate this place. We changed the meaning of it. We're using locally grown produce now, and homemade breads and cupcakes. It makes you hungry just thinking about it." The pictures were really good too. Reminded me of the scripture, "By their fruits you will know them." A couple of scriptures come to mind about being changed. Romans 12, 1 and 2, saying, "I beg you, brothers, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable to God, which is your reasonable service." And then he says, "But don't be conformed to this world, but be transformed." I think it was Phillips' translation, not mine, but that said, "Don't let the world press you into its mold." But anyway, be transformed, not by a lightning bolt from heaven, but by the renewing of your mind. John 17:17 says, "Sanctify them, cleanse them, transform them through your word, by your truth." It says, your word is truth. Yes, the word does this. Ephesians 5:26, 25 and 26 says, "Husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church and gave himself for her, that he might sanctify and cleanse her with the washing of water by the word." Get in the word daily. Let it wash you. Let it transform you. You know, it's better to really get something out of one verse than it is to read 3 chapters out of duty and not remember anything. You know, we're supposed to be agents of change, to touch our little corner of the world. We are to be the salt of the earth. We are to flavor the world around us. Our lives ought to season our associations and our communities. Our conversation ought to be peppered. Another food term there, talking about food. Our conversation ought to be peppered with the right attitude, with excitement, with a great outlook on life. Come on, we're children of the King. Our conversation ought to be peppered with love and wisdom. You know, I like it that there's 31 chapters in the book of Proverbs. It matches up with reading one a day. And there's so much wisdom. We can just ingest it and keep ingesting it. Our conversation ought to be peppered with wisdom. Our daily lives ought to be peppered with smiles. How many people out there need a kind word or a smile and random acts of kindness? I like paying for tolls for the next person behind me. Little things here and there, encouragements. We're children of the King. Jesus ought to ooze out of us. I love the saying attributed to St. Francis of Assisi. It's said that he said, "Preach Christ at all times, and if necessary, use words." Maybe then we can get people to taste and see that the Lord is good and change our little corner of the world.